He's a Stanford running back, Heisman hopeful. Team ranked 7th in the country. Had the big win against Notre Dame. Christian McCaffrey joining us on the program. How are you, Christian?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing okay. We had a bet here. Well, not a bet. We were wondering what your major was. And what are you, sophomore at Stanford?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
And we actually don't have to declare until the end of the sophomore year, so I haven't actually declared my major yet.
Do you want to declare right now?
Let's declare right now. Why don't we?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing STS. It stands for Science, Technology, and Society, and head down the innovation technology route.
That sounds like a lot of work, Christian.
It does. It does sound like a lot of work, but, I mean, you can get it done. It's not too bad.
All right. We had business, finance, communications. I threw in music. I thought maybe you'd be a music major.
No. I wish I was that. I don't know if I'm that talented to be a music major.
If you didn't go to Stanford, where were you going?
That's a good question. I have no idea. Stanford was not easy for me, so to say. I had other options. I went and visited Oregon, visited Duke. My older brother plays at Duke, and that's kind of where I was going to go. It's not Stanford, but for me, I committed pretty early. Knew where I wanted to go pretty early.
Did your dad ever let you look at the Super Bowl ring?
I have. I've seen them before. Yeah, very, very not very frequently. I do get a look at them. They're pretty quick. They stay locked up in a safe. I'm pretty sure.
Did you ever bring him to show and tell when you were a kid?
No, I never got the opportunity to do that. Never brought him to show and tell.
Oh, come on!
That's all I'm saying. Terrible.
What kind of parent? What kind of dad, man?
I know he kept it so low key. He made it seem like they. You know, he really did kind of keep them in a box.
At what point could you beat your dad in a race? How old were you?
Oh, that's tough. Probably when he broke his leg. He was in the boot. I think I could get him then if I was lucky.
Oh, come on. Come on. So let me point this out. Christian's dad was Ed McCaffrey, a great wide receiver for the Broncos, played in the NFL for quite some time. But when your dad was healthy and you were healthy, at what point could you beat him in a 40-yard dash?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd have to say 7th grade.
That had to hurt a little bit. That had to hurt your dad a little bit.
But we never did race, so no. I guess that's kind of a blatant guess. I never know if that actually was the case or not.
What's your best 40 time?
I actually haven't. I never ran a 40, like a timed 40 in high school at all, and just ran one here and ran 4.49 when I was here.
Is somebody honking their horn?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody honking their horn, so I didn't know what you were doing there. Does your dad review your games with you?
He'll go over sometimes. If you know, we have such good coaches, and every Monday, and we sit down and watch film with them. If he sees something, he'll definitely let me know, and I'll always ask him for advice. You know, if something goes on in the game, say, hey, what'd you see here? Do you think I could have done this or that? And he'll give me his advice. But he does such a great job, you know, just allowing our coaches really to coach me up. You know, they're college coaches for a reason. They know what we're doing. And, you know, Coach Taylor is such an unbelievable running backs coach. And, you know, I'll always listen to him to see if he has anything and try to pick his mind and see, you know, what he sees on certain defenses and things like that.
He's Christian McCaffrey, Stanford running back, joining us Dan Patrick Show. By the way, we had USC's head coach on, Clay Helton. He asked if you could slow down a little bit in the next game against USC, and I said I would pass it on to you. So do with that whatever you need to.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you passing that on.
Your favorite white guy cliche, we always talk about this, that gritty, gutty, high motor, deceptively fast. Which one do you like the best?
I think the classic is just the hard worker. Hardworking, tough. There's always got to be tough. I think those are my two favorites.
So nobody else on your team, they're tough. They don't work hard. It's just you. You're the only one that works hard.
If you're a white skill position or something like that, or if you're a Danny Amendola or something along those lines, you're always a very tough, hardworking person. Not a whole lot of athletic ability, but puts himself in good positions. I think it's pretty funny.
But could you see yourself playing another position in the pros?
I have no idea. I really just go wherever the coaches put me. I love playing football. Growing up as a kid, I played a bunch of different positions just because I love the game so much. And if something brings me to another position, if coaches say, hey, we want to put you here this week, I'm all about it. I love being on the field and just playing no matter what position it is.
But some guys will get married to a position. You'll get guys who play quarterback in college and say, look, I'm not going to go defensive back or wide receiver. I'm going to be a quarterback. Are you married to being a running back? As long as you play football, you'll be a running back?
I love running back. Played running back my entire life. I have been married to running back, but I'm at playing Division I football, which is something that a lot of people don't get to do, and if it ever comes a time where someone says, hey, we want to push you here now, if that's gonna get me on the field more than running back, then I'm all about it.
Have you practiced the Heisman pose before? And be honest, Christian.
I have not. No, I have not practiced the Heisman pose.
Just privately, you've never done that?
Never have. No, I try to not focus on all the Heisman talk and everything. Really just try to focus on winning games and what I can do for my team and what we can do each week to prepare. Those individual accolades are all so great, but at the end of the day, it's hard to get them if your team's not winning. And so, most important thing is getting the win.
Well, I understand why you're humble, but there has to be a part of you. Do you feel like you belong in the category here of these Heisman candidates here?
Oh man, that's tough. That's a tough question. I think that I've had a good year. Like I said before, I'll never give you a definite answer when it comes to all that stuff. But I definitely think I have a good year. I've had a good year, and still got a little bit more left in the tank. And I really don't think you can choose until the end of the season. For that reason, because the end of the season matters so much. You've seen guys have a great first half of the season, and then second half of the season not as good, and people talk and they change their minds and all that. But I think I've definitely had a good season, and hopefully this next game we can have another good game.
What did I see you playing the piano on an ESPN profile? Did they have that like last week where you're playing the piano?
Yeah, yes, they did.
Is that like a passion here? Are you good?
I wouldn't say I'm an average piano player. I love music and love playing piano, and I started when I was a freshman in high school. My neighbor Michael Mann, who's now my brother's roommate at Duke, who they played football together all 4 years. He was the one that kind of got me into it. Told me it was like the quickest way to get girls. And I was a freshman in high school, so jumped right on it. I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going into high school. I'm grown now, so I'll do that. And I learned to love it. Really, I love playing piano so much, and I love music. It's a great getaway from football and school, and so learn to do that.
Well, did it help?
I think it helped more with parents. They thought like that was a cool thing, and so as far as girls go, they liked it, but I was never as good as my neighbor was, and so I think he kind of just used me. I would play and I wasn't as good, and then he'd come on and play something unbelievable, and they would be so in shock. So looking back, I think he kind of used me as like the bait, as like so.
Trust me, being a Heisman candidate will get you more women than playing the piano well. Oh, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Yeah,
hopefully the right one comes in.
Hey, good luck this weekend against USC. Thanks for joining us, and please tell your dad I said hello.
Definitely will do. I appreciate it.
All right, and that's Christian McCaffrey, Stanford running back.